This is it, the Xbox collection. I probably have the least amount of personal connection to these games per PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, but it will still be interesting, so let's check this thing out. This is Spider-Man, the game. Not to be confused with Spider-Man, the game on PS1. This one's just based off the Sam Raimi movie from 2002, and it's actually pretty good. I mean, for its time, it has some pretty good graphics, it has good combat. The Xbox version actually includes a Kraven level not seen in the PlayStation or Nintendo versions, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they did that, but still cool nonetheless. Fun game, really good for its time, and I'd say worth playing now. I guess it's a fun time. Not so good of a game, Spider-Man 3. Yeah, this is pretty awful. I hate this game. I don't think I'll ever talk about this game in depth because I can't beat it. It's unreasonably hard and the cutscenes are just pretty horrible, but it makes for a good laugh. It's worth that at least. So that's Spider-Man 3. On to a good game, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, which I already talked about in a previous video this summer. I bought this for like 40 bucks online. Pretty good steal. It's usually worth like $100 almost. I obviously don't have the case, I just have the disc. And yeah, pretty cool, I guess. Pretty basic. They could have done a lot more with that, but oh well. Okay, next we got Ultimate Spider-Man. This game is awesome. This game is so underrated. Like almost nobody talks about it. Hot take, I like it better than Spider-Man 2. Please don't kill me. This game holds up so well. Because of one thing, cell shading. And also the combat is really good. Like, even compared to Spider-Man 2, it's way better than Spider-Man 2. Also, you can play as Venom. I hope they do something like that for the Insomniac Spider-Man game where you can play as Venom. That would be amazing. Be legendary, be predatory, be both. Cool tagline. Plus, it's based on the Ultimate comics, which are goated, so I'll read those. Speaking of superhero stuff, we got Batman Arkham Origins. Another game I've already reviewed in depth on my channel. It's a pretty old review, but it's still pretty good. Your enemies will define you. Because, you know, it's like a prequel story, I guess. Black Mask. You know, Deathstroke. I already talked about this game. I don't need to talk about it anymore. Good game. Alright, completely unrelated. We got Call of Duty Black Ops Collection. These are also really good games. I found this at like Walmart for like $20, and I already own Black Ops 3 on the PS4, so I didn't really need to get the third one, but I did not own the first two. I used to own the first one on the PS3 a while back, but I never beat it, and I still have yet to beat any of these. Really good games, what I played so far. The Zombies mode, everyone knows it's amazing. Probably the best in the series. And Nuketown. What else is to be said about Nuketown? Next up, Silent Hill 2 for the Xbox. Way cheaper than the PS2 version. And actually has extra content. Unfortunately, it did not come with its case. Hence why it was a lot cheaper. The PS2 version is ridiculously expensive. And the Xbox version is also not very cheap either. I think I got this for $50. Something around there. Really great game. What else is there to be said about this game that hasn't been said? Maybe I'll talk about it someday, but oh man, this game is still scary to this day. Next up, we got the Rock Band games. Now these games are a lot of fun. I am not good at them, but they're a good time, you know, playing with the boys, playing with your friends, you know, playing with your family. Almost anyone can enjoy them. And even though I'm not a really big music guy, I find a lot of these songs to be a lot of fun to play. I really am just playing it for the rhythm aspect of the game. Here's the first game. It is the most basic out of all of them, but still fun to go back to. Rock Band 2, people say, is the best. I would probably agree with them. It has a lot of good songs. It just kind of expanded on the story mode of the first game and had more customization. Pretty good. Rock Band 3, people don't really like this one. I like this one. I don't know why it has an NFL sticker on it. And they're like the freaking annoying NFL stickers that you can't get off without ruining the packaging. I guess that's what I get for buying it for cheap online. But like, who would do this? What monster would do this? But yeah, I like this game. It has so many songs to download. So many. And you can play the keyboard too, so that's cool. Yeah, I like this one. But probably my favorite one in terms of aesthetics is the Beatles Rock Band. Now, the Beatles obviously have so many good songs, but like the reason I like this game the most is the presentation. The presentation goes hard. Even if you don't like the Beatles that much, which I'm not even like, I don't really listen to music all that often, the presentation of this game is amazing. Like the menus, the sounds, like the cutscenes, the opening cutscene is really cool. Next up, we got Star Wars games. Got Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga, a hood classic. You truly did not have a childhood if you did not play this game. Unfortunately, it's in a gross CD package. I don't know why, but it was cheap online. Got it for like $20. Still a very, really fun game to go back to. Obviously, it's very dated in some aspects, as are most childhood games, but that's still a fun time. Next up, we got Star Wars Battlefront 1. Everyone forgets this one, probably because the sequel outdoes it in every single way, but this still is pretty fun. I mean, it has some exclusive maps not seen in the sequel, but you can only play as like ground troops. You can't play as any heroes or villains or anything like that, and there's no sprint feature, which is really hard to get used to, not being able to sprint on the battlefield. I think the droidekas are the only guys who can move kind of fast, so yeah, that kind of sucks. But besides that, pretty fun. I haven't played too much of it, but it was fun when I played of it. Star Wars Battlefront 2, obviously the GOAT Star Wars game. This game still holds up to this day. You can even play it on the Xbox One, which is pretty incredible. A game from 2005, Xbox One. I think even the Series X, you can play on that one too. This game is just so goated. I might have to talk about it someday, but I don't even think I'll have to talk about it someday. There's so many videos on why it's such a good game. Yeah, just like, I can't even. that was very vague. I did a horrible job explaining myself, but I don't know. Just look it up. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the game. This game is hysterical. It is so funny. This is probably one of the most unintentionally funny games I've ever played. That's because of the voice acting. Good lord, the voice acting's hilarious. It's so bad, but amazing at the same time. Any Star Wars fan who has seen Revenge of the Sith needs to play this game. It is so funny. The actor for Anakin is just hamming it up when he turns evil, and Obi-Wan is just remaining sassy throughout the darkest moments. It's so funny. Unironically, the dueling mode is actually pretty good too. So, very cheap game to get if you have a Xbox 360 or Xbox One even, because this is backwards compatible. Play this game. It's really fun. Alright, next up we got Disney Infinity. Now, funny story about this game. I actually got this game free. So I went to my local game store in the bargain section, and there was no sticker on this game for how much it was worth. And I was like, how much does this cost? I kind of want to buy it. And they're like, take it. Please take it. We've been trying to sell it for months. Just take it for free. And I was like, okay. If that's not like the beginning to a creepypasta, then I don't know what is. Obviously, the sequel and third one had a lot more things in it. I don't know. I haven't really played too much of this one. I played it on the Wii. Like, I don't remember a lot from it. I've only played a little bit of it just, you know, for nostalgia's sake, I guess. Pretty good game. Pretty fun. Yeah, not too much to say. Keeping it up with Disney-related stuff, I guess. Got Lego Marvel Superheroes. This is also a bargain bin game I got from my local game store. And for some reason, they left, like... They must have bought this from my library, because there's, like, library stickers on it. Like, it says, like, 7-day loan. Like, right there. Like, did they get it, like, illegally? Like, I don't know what the story is behind having all those stickers on it, but... Yeah, pretty fun game, you know. I don't want to dox myself, so I'm not going to show you the inside, like the disc of my library, but, you know, pretty fun game. Played at the beginning of it. I played the 3DS version as a kid, and that was a good time. Lego, it's a Lego game, so what else is there to say? Tons of characters, tons of cool stuff. Speaking of Lego games, we got Lego Indiana Jones, but, oh wait, what is this? Got Kung Fu Panda as well on the back. What? This has to be one of the weirdest combo packs I've ever seen. This is a good game. It's like a lot of other Lego games. You know, Lego tackling Indiana Jones is their next property. You know, another Lucasfilm property for their game. A lot of fun levels. Cool characters. Yeah, like Lego Indiana Jones. Great game. And as for Kung Fu Panda, well, actually, this is a really good game. Surprisingly, most movie license games are, you know, pretty mediocre, but you know, the voice acting is pretty good. The voice actors sound very similar to their animated movie counterparts, and the combat is actually really fun and has a lot of like variety to it. Next up, we got Cars the video game. This is also a very cheap game I got. I actually don't know why I got this, but surprisingly for an original Xbox game, its graphics are really good. Like, that's a real screenshot. The game actually looks like that. Some textures look like Minecraft textures, but that was just like most original Xbox games had that, so, you know, nothing too really out of the ordinary. But yeah, pretty solid racing game. You know, if you like that sort of thing, explore the open world of Radiator Springs. If you want to do that, I guess. It's later, I guess. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but whatever. Cars, the video game. Oh, crap. Why did I throw that? Speaking of cars, you got Grand Theft Auto 4 and episodes from Liberty City. This is a really good game. I have a friend who thinks Grand Theft Auto 4 is the best one, and that actually has some merit to it. Nico is probably the best Grand Theft Auto protagonist of all time. I definitely agree with that. The world is really cool. Like, New York City. What is a more iconic American city? Like, there is none. New York City. Everyone knows that. Even if you don't live in America, you know New York City. Like, honestly, a great game. Very dark, very gritty, but also funny, too. It has its funny moments. Lost in the Damned is a more serious take, and Ballad of Gay Tony is back to being like wacky and funny, like San Andreas and later GTA 5. One of the highest rated Xbox 360 game of all time. I could definitely see that. This is probably one of my favorite 360 games. So yeah, definitely play this game if you ever get the chance. It's really great. All right, next up we got a certified hood classic, Skate 3. Now, I stepped on the case, so that's why it's cracked like that. But Skate 3, this game, I don't play this game for the skating. I play this game for the Hall of Meat mode. And if you know, you know, because that mode is hilarious. It's basically where you try to fall off your skateboard and like break the most amount of bones. It sounds very morbid, but it's very funny. It was the thing back in 2010 when the game came out, just to play it and play Hall of Meat. So very fun, very funny. I still get a kick out of it to this day, and I'm very excited for Skate 4. Hope they include Hall of Meat in that one, because that'd be pretty great. Okay. Last, but certainly least. Do I even have to say anything about this one? Whoa! Boy, oh boy, this game, man, what is there to say about it that hasn't been said? You got Sonic's face on the CD. So that's pretty cool if you like Sonic. It's pretty cool. I got this game because it's honestly iconic. Like Sonic 06. It's definitely one of the games of all time. I had to play it. Like, it's so funny. Like, it is the funny bad game. It's like the video game version of The Room. It must be played. Well, I don't know if it must be played, but this is the game in terms of being so bad it's good. This is the game in that aspect. So I had to get it. I had to get it. No matter how bad it is, and no matter how much I'll regret it, I had to get it. That is the end of my Xbox game collection. Whoa! Look at all those games. I certainly have a big variety of them, and some of them are bad, some of them are good, some of them are Sonic 06. This is not a game. So why is it for the PS4? This is it, the PS4/PS5 collection, and I'm starting off with NBA 2K17. I don't really know why, because I've really never played this game before. I've played other 2K games, as you'll see here. A little bit of these ones, but I wouldn't really say I'm a big 2K fan, even though I watch basketball a lot. 2K17, don't have an opinion on it, haven't really played it. It looks like Paul George just stubbed his toe really bad, so there's that. 2K19, haven't played it, but I think it's really cool. They have Giannis on the cover. Giannis is my favorite basketball player. It's cool to get the representation of Milwaukee in media, but this is not a very good picture of him. He looks very tired. There's way better pictures of Giannis out there, so it's kind of odd they picked that one. Next we got 2K19. My brother put a googly eye on Anthony Davis, so he's always looking some direction. So yeah. It also makes it really annoying because you can't actually stack the cases. There's always like a little bit of a gap between there. So there's that. I've only played a little bit of this one. It's fine. Next. Not sure what that means. 2K23. I got this game for $25 on Black Friday. The Michael Jordan challenges are really cool. I like those. I think this cover is pretty cool. It's a fun game. Answer the call to greatness. So there's that. I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick out of the bat. I don't play Madden. These are my brother's Madden games. I actually know nothing about football. I also don't play MLB The Show. I don't know anything about baseball. So those are all the games if you wanted to see that, I guess. Rock Band 4. I've only played a little bit of this game. I got it for $1 at my local game store. The only equipment I have from the other Rock Band games that works with this one is the microphone. So basically I'm just playing karaoke with this one. But there are some good songs in there, and there's a huge selection of songs. So I was like, why not? I have all the other Rock Band games, so I might want to just round out the collection, I guess. Start a band, rock the world. Next up, Destiny, the collection. I played Destiny 1 on the PS3 so much. But by the time I had a PS4, I really stopped playing it. And I got this for cheap for like a Christmas or something like that. And I've yet to even download this yet. I'm not really into that type of game anymore, you know, the grindy type games to get loot. I haven't really been drawn back into the Destiny experience. I don't really feel too much nostalgia for it. So yeah, kind of an unplayed game, sorry to say. So that's Destiny. Okay, on to the good stuff, the good kush. And by the good kush, I mean I got some good games here. Alright, here we got PlayStation VR demo disc. I got this with my PlayStation VR for free. A lot of cool games. You can look it up if you want to see all the games that are on there, because I honestly don't remember right now. Next up, Batman Arkham VR. This is a great game. It's very underrated. It's very short. There's not a lot of content to it, but a first time playthrough is really cool. It goes on sale constantly on the PlayStation Store, and it was actually made by Rocksteady, as you can see right here. So really any Batman Arkham fan should play this game if they get the chance. It's definitely worth it. And it's technically the last Batman Arkham game made by Rocksteady starring Kevin Conroy. There's never going to be another one again because Kevin Conroy passed away. So kind of a big deal. I'd play it. Alright, next up we got Little Big Planet 3, a childhood classic. I love the Little Big Planet series. I really wish they'd make a fourth one. It's so creative and fun. The level making aspect is so cool. You know, way before Mario Maker. Just some of the stuff people would make on there is just so cool. I never beat the main story mode. I only played the online mode. And such a fun experience. So cool. So nostalgic. I'd love to go back to this game and play it for like a video maybe someday. Because it's so fun. I love it. It's just like how creative people get on there with the stuff they make is so cool. I have to show you guys sometime. Like, just me talking about it wouldn't do it justice. Speaking of creative, fun stuff that people make online, that's a horrible segue. We got the Disney Infinity games. Disney Infinity 3.0 and 2.0. Now, these covers are really nothing to write home about. The Disney Infinity 1.0 had a way cooler cover. Really, it's just like, no one's really looking at the box art of this game. It's more so the figures. They really didn't try on these covers. It's just, ooh, here's a basic blue cover. Here's a basic red cover. You know, nothing too crazy. So there's that. I don't know what this is. It looks like a teeth mark. That's weird. Anyways, Battlefield 1. Got this for $1. I just wanted to re-experience what the fun times I had when I played this game for the first time. I owned this game like when it came out. I bought it for $20. This was during the time when Call of Duty Infinity War was the biggest thing to hate on, and everyone flocked to Battlefield for like a year and then went back to Call of Duty. So, and I was a part of that. The playing like in vehicles and tanks and like on horses and running with your squad members, it was so cool. It was such a fun time. And I feel like it won't be the same anymore because I don't think a lot of people are playing this game anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It was really fun for its time, and I have yet to go back to it in full detail. I played more of the campaign, but yeah, fun time. Definitely worth $1. So I'll give it that. On to more shooters. We got Deathloop. This game is very fun. This is one of the first PS5 games I ever played. We'll get to the first one I played later. Break the Loop. 24 hours, 8 targets, 1 rival assassin. So it's basically Groundhog's Day. If you die, you have to repeat the day over again. And now, I know what you're saying. Lincoln, if you die in a game, you repeat the day over again. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, I get your point, but the character himself is aware that he's like repeating the same day. You can even rewind your steps a little bit. Like you can go backwards in time like a little bit if you like make a mistake or anything like that. There are a lot of cool mechanics. The guns feel really cool. The little perks you get are really neat. And it's a good game. And it goes on sale a lot too. So if anyone owns a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, I think it's no longer a PlayStation exclusive, definitely play this game. It is a good one. It is a good game. Another great game, Red Dead Redemption 2. This is a PS4 game, but it's so like breathtakingly beautiful in terms of its graphics. It feels like it could even be a next-gen game. Rockstar just has a thing for just like letting me be lost in the world of a game because it's so immersive. Like it doesn't, half the time I'm playing I forget I'm playing a game because of how well made like the world and the animals and the people and like how all of that like interacts with one another. It's insane. Rockstar is like one of the only companies that could even do it. Like they truly are the king of open world games. And I don't want to talk too much about this game because there's a lot you could spoil about it, but it is a great game and it's still worth coming back to almost 5 years later. So Red Dead Redemption 2. Now we're on to some less good open world games. We got Watch Dogs 1 and Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs, unfortunately you don't actually watch dogs in it. Got this on the PS4. It takes place in Chicago. You can see the Willis Tower in the background. I think that's pretty cool. I've been to Chicago quite a few times because I live in the Midwest and it's probably like the biggest major city within driving distance of me. So I've been there enough to know what the city looks like and know what it feels like and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to like experience the game version of that so I could be like, oh, I've been there in real life. I know what that looks like. But it doesn't really like... The Watch Dogs games, like this game really tried to compete with GTA 5 when it came out. It was like, you've been to Los Santos, now come to Chicago. Come to Chicago, gamers. But it really doesn't match up with the quality of Rockstar's open worlds. And really, how could it? I don't think a single company has even come close to Rockstar with their open worlds. And I know some people say, oh, but Saints Row is really good. Saints Row is a good game. No, I mean it's a good game. It's fine. It's like decent, but like it's a parody of GTA. It's like it doesn't even come close to matching like the immersiveness of the GTA games. I'm not even talking about Watch Dogs. I'm talking about Saints Row when looking at Watch Dogs because it's just kind of bland. It's kind of a bland game. You really get the whole gimmick within the first mission, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess you can play some more. I don't know. It's fine. It's a fine game. I have nothing to say for this game. Because you know why? The freaking disc doesn't even work. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like there's a scratch on this disc. So I bought it, and the game didn't even freaking work, and I couldn't even return it. So thanks, local game store. I don't want to go off on them, but like, come on, like, check your discs. So yeah, I have nothing to say about the game because I literally could not play it. Like the console wouldn't let me play the game because the disc was scratched. So yeah, that sucks. Anyways, Need for Speed, frickin' Payback. I don't even know what this game looks like. Like I don't even know what it even is. Like my brother got it from a garage sale like 7 years ago, and I've never even put it in the system yet. Like, what even is it? So I don't know. They literally got it for 50 cents. So it's probably the cheapest game I have here. So maybe if I'm feeling bored one day, I'll want to play it. I don't know. This is a really good game. Like, I don't know. Do I have to even say the title? Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. This game is incredible. I own all the other 3 Uncharted games digitally, the Nathan Drake collection. I played the 3rd game almost its entirety on the PS3. I never owned the first 2 because they weren't being sold at the time, and I didn't know how digital stores worked back then. I was very dumb. But point being, I've played all 3 Uncharted games, and I finished it off with the 4th one. And what a journey, man. This game, man, is so great. Like, Nathan Drake has to be one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. It's so fun and engaging. Like, I love the Indiana Jones type movies, and this just gives you more of like that. More of that. Like, man. And this is easily the best one. Easily. Some people will say otherwise, but they fire in all cylinders. Like, it has the set pieces, it has like the drama, it has like great voice acting, it has great characters. They knocked it out of the freaking park. So I really hope that this series just remains. They just ended it there. Let it go. Maybe if they want to do like some prequel to it, they could. But like, just end it there. It's a great game. Don't want to spoil anything. Buy this game if you can. It's very, very cheap in PlayStation 4 and not that much more expensive in PlayStation 5, which is the better version. So, yeah, play Uncharted 4 and the whole Uncharted series. Play 1, 2, and 3 before you play 4. Just a little bit of a tip. Next up, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This game freaking scares me, dog. Just talking about it gives me goosebumps. Don't even get me freaking started on the PlayStation VR version. Good lord. I have never been more afraid of a game in my life playing this with a VR. Just look at that freaking image. I'm saying freaking a lot, but that's because just to emphasize how scary this game is. Look at that image and how eerie it is. If you feel even slightly creeped out by just like a door in the dark, you will get something out of this game. Maybe that's a bad way of putting it. You will get something out of this game regardless. Everyone I've seen play this game has gotten scared by it, especially in VR mode. Fear comes home. This was the Resident Evil series coming home, man. Like Resident Evil 6 was more actiony, same with 5. Like really since 4, the Resident Evil series went down an action route. And people were kind of getting sick of it. And this was just going back to Resident Evil being scary again. And good lord, they did it. They knocked it out of the park with being scary. So great job, Capcom. I know I've said this a lot, but I haven't beat this game because I've gotten too scared. So yeah, make fun of me if you will in the comments. I deserve it, this game. But hey, maybe I should stream it on Halloween. If you want that to happen, please like the video. If I get 8 likes, I will do it. I will play it. I'll play it in the Halloween season. If I get 8 likes. So, like the video if you want to see that. Okay. Hogwarts Legacy. This is also a very good game. I could not keep it on my PS5 because it is very large in gigabyte size. But as a Harry Potter fan, Portkey Games did a great job of just recreating Hogwarts and its surrounding areas. It is incredible the level of detail that is in this game. I was talking about immersion with Rockstar before and like detail with Rockstar. I feel like this game is very close to matching Rockstar and just, you know, recreating something that already exists and just being immersive. Every Harry Potter fan has to play this. And I'm pretty sure every Harry Potter fan has played this or is wanting to play this. So I don't even need to recommend it. Like if you already know if you want to play this game or not. So that's up to you. But as for me, a Harry Potter fan, I really enjoyed this game for what I've played of it. So yeah. Completely unrelated, we got Injustice 2. This is a great game for anyone who is a DC fan and a fighting game fan. This was pre-owned by GameStop. Got it for $20, I think. Has a lot of cool it's from the creators of Mortal Kombat. I think they're called like Netherland. I don't know, beats me. But yeah, very cool. I hope they make Injustice 3 because that'd be pretty neat, you know, having better graphics. Because the graphics are really, really good for its time. But it's a little bit uncanny in the face. A little bit. Just a little bit. But it's a huge improvement over Injustice 1. Injustice 1 looks extremely dated and not very good. But this game is just Injustice 1, but better. Kind of late to the park with this one. It came out in 2017. So everyone who has wanted to play it has probably played it already. So yeah, Injustice 2. Continuing with the superhero games, we have Spider-Man PS4. I really hate that it's just called Spider-Man. It makes it very difficult to talk about. Like, oh, I can't wait for Spider-Man 2 to come out, and I have to specify it's Marvel Spider-Man 2 for PS5. Oh, I love Spider-Man PS4. Like, I hate the whole tagline thing. I never use this, unfortunately. The disc is cool. What else is there to say? I think the inside work is cool. You can actually reverse it and make it the cover art for the game. Oh crap. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? But yeah, I did that for a little bit. It's cool when games do that. They have alternate artwork in there. So yeah. Freaking close the case. Be greater. This game is great. I own the remastered version as well on PS5, which is a lot better in terms of performance and gameplay. So there's that. It's weird because the suit looks actually really red in here, but if you played the game, you know that Spider-Man's suit looks more orange. I don't know if that is like a glitch or something. There's no way they intentionally made Spider-Man's suit orange. But they're fixing it in the new one. They're making a suit red. I just realized I have not talked about the game at all, and mostly the aesthetics. Yeah, great game. It's easily the best Spider-Man game. I will fight anyone on that. Well, I'll get to it. Spider-Man Miles Morales is pretty close. These two games are easily the best Spider-Man games in terms of gameplay, and the story is great, and the set pieces are great, and everything about this game is great. It's definitely one of my favorite PlayStation games. So yeah, any Spider-Man fan needs to play this, and every Spider-Man fan has probably played this if they wanted to. So yeah, unless you're a Spider-Man fan who owns an Xbox, which I'm sorry for your loss. Spider-Man Miles Morales, this game is also great. I got the launch edition for PS4. Fortunately, there's a free upgrade that you can use from the PS4 to get the PS5 version, which I think is pretty cool. See, look, PS5 upgrade available. Yeah, great game. I like how they set it during Christmas, you know, change up the world, have, you know, some snow in the world just to change the setting a little bit, so it didn't feel like a copy and paste. I forgot to mention, all the suits in these games are excellent. The suits in Spider-Man PS4 are really great, and the suits in Spider-Man Miles Morales are great as well. Unfortunately, there are less suits to pull from the comics for Miles Morales, because Miles Morales hasn't been a character for that long. He's only existed for like 12 years, whereas Spider-Man over here has existed for like almost 70 years. Jeez. Yeah, so yeah, these are both great games, great gameplay like the original, but they added even more stuff, as you can see here with Spider-Man Miles Morales Electroshock. So yeah, great game, play it. Unrelated, we got Star Wars games, Star Wars Squadrons. I have not played enough of this game. I really should play more. It's cool because it's a VR X-Wing and TIE Fighter game. Very cool from what I've played of it so far. Very neat. Pilots Wanted, and it was only $40 when it came out, which is a pretty rare W by EA to release a game for less than $60. So people who like the Star Wars vehicle games, any of that, should really play this game. You will get what you want if you play this game, which is more Star Wars vehicle action, and I think people still play it online, so I feel like it'd be worth it. It'd be a good purchase, and it goes on sale a lot too. So there's that. Continuing with EA Star Wars, we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, EA. This is a great game. I am in the process of playing it right now. I am over halfway done with it. It is very fun. Let me put this straight. I am a Star Wars fan. I have just gotten very sick of it within the past few years and very burnt out by it because of all the Disney movies and all the spin-offs. Like, it is too much. It is sensory overload for me. That said, though, this game is still great for a Star Wars fan. I am still enjoying this game. I love the worlds you visit. I love the gameplay. I love the spectacle. Just like the tagline says, become a Jedi. You really feel like a Jedi in this game. And Cal Kestis is a great character. I'd love to see him in live action. I think that'd be awesome. So every Star Wars fan should play this game. It's very cheap. It's very good. It's worth your time. Jedi Survivor. I have not played this game yet because I still have to beat the first one. I did jump the gun and buy it around when it came out because I was enjoying the first game quite a bit. So I knew I'd like the second game because it's just more of the first game, but they expanded a lot in terms of the customization, and I think you can like fast travel, which is really good because the first game you could not fast travel when you're actually on the planets because the planets are huge. So if you ever have to backtrack to like get an item you want, it takes freaking forever. Apparently this game fixed that. I don't know anything about this game because I have tried to avoid spoilers, but that cover is really pretty, so I'll tell you that. Last, certainly not least, we have Persona 5 Royal. This is definitely one of my best looking covers. This game, I've already talked about its music in the past, but its presentation, woohoo! Woo boy! The presentation of this game is just immaculate. A chef's kiss. Like, this cover is just, whoa! Like, look at all the stuff that's going on, but it doesn't really feel crowded at the same time. It is insane. Unfortunately, literally half the cover is taken up by all the warnings about like seizure stuff and all that. But yeah, this cover design is excellent. And I have a little bit of a secret for you guys. It's also Steelbook. What? I got this for $25 on Black Friday. $25 for a Steelbook game that is near 150 hours long. That is probably one of the biggest steals I've ever had for a game in my life. That was almost as big a steal as the Phantom Thieves stealing people's hearts. I don't know if that joke made any sense, but I'm very proud of it. This cover is so beautiful, and it's so cool. Like listen to this. Like listen to the, like that's Real Steel. Like listen to that. Like the movie Real Steel starring Mark Wahlberg. That's like some ASMR stuff right there. But they got all these cards, just like the cover I showed you, but like with steel on it. And look at the back too. It's the loading screen for the game. It's the loading screen. Ain't that cool? That's so cool. They have the loading screen just in full, just for the back. And obviously I can't take it out because it's a steel cover, so I can't reverse it. But they didn't even need to add that, and they did. That's excellent. Oh man! This disc art is just gorgeous. Like the reds and the darks and the golds. It really feels like a royal package. And spoiler alert, I love this game. This is like one of my favorite games ever made. I am not even joking. And I don't even like JRPGs. I don't even like RPGs. And this game is so high up on my list in terms of games I love. I love this game. I want to talk about it someday, but I feel like I couldn't do it justice because, as I mentioned earlier, the game is freaking like 150 hours long. Like, I love this game, but it's so freaking long. Like, there's no way I can talk about the whole thing. Like, I'd have to individually talk about things that I liked. Like, I talked about how I like the music. Maybe I'll talk about how I like the aesthetics in another video. But yeah, this game is freaking amazing. Every single person who is still watching right now needs to buy this game and try it. Like, just try it. Take my word on this one. As someone who does not even like JRPGs, I love this game. That should really say something. I've tried JRPGs so many times, and nothing is stuck. But this game really stuck. Everyone should give it a chance. I'm saying that with conviction because I love this game so much and I want other people to experience it too. So that was it, my PlayStation collection. I wanted to end it off with a bang, a game I'm really passionate about, just to show how much I love games. I love PlayStation games. I love all this stuff. PlayStation. It's easily better than Xbox. They have a lot better games. And I know Persona 5 Royal is not a PlayStation exclusive anymore. But you know what will be a PlayStation exclusive? Persona 6, baby, when that comes out. Woohoo! So this is a thing I own. The Nintendo Collection, Part 1. And I'm kicking it off with Shrek 2 for the GameCube. The Shrek 2 adventure continues, even though it's just a video game adaptation of the movie. So it's not like it's continuing, it's just Shrek 2 again. This game is actually not that bad. It's kind of fun if you're playing with a lot of people. I could imagine it being kind of depressing playing it by yourself, but if you're a Shrek fan, you'll probably get something out of it. That's the glowing review I'll give Shrek 2, I guess. So that's Shrek 2. Super Smash Bros. Melee. This game is really fun. I'll talk about it in more detail because I intend to do a Super Smash Bros. Series of reviews sometime this year. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So I won't say too much, but this game is really great. It's a massive step up from Smash 64 in terms of graphics and gameplay and stages and characters. It really is an ultimate sequel. Nintendo's best in 4-player action. I mean, for the time. They aren't lying. That's pretty true. This is definitely the best 4-player game of 2001. I got this game for $60, but it's honestly worth every penny. Because it comes with the manual, it comes with a good case. It is the Player's Choice Edition, which is kind of gross. But it's in great condition, it still works, and this game is not going to become any cheaper. Because people still play this game, as you probably would know if you're a Nintendo fan. People still play this game very seriously. I'm not one of those people. I just find it fun, because it's a fun party game for babies. Next up, the next GameCube game I got was Metroid Prime. I have not played a lot of this game because I got stuck on it almost immediately. It's good. It is very well made. It looks very great for being a GameCube game, and it's pretty immersive. It's just very confusing. Like, I love Super Metroid. I love Metroid Dread. I really enjoy Metroid, like 2D Metroid. But 3D Metroid, I have not been able to sink my teeth into. It's just something about it. I don't really know. That being said, though, I own the sequel. Of course I would own the sequel. I got these games for pretty cheap from the same store. I just got this one because who knows if someone would buy it. Who knows if I'd see this game again even. Someone might even buy it the next week. So I just kind of impulse bought it because I was kind of enjoying the first game. And I have yet to even put this game into my Wii. I used to own a GameCube, so I would play this on the GameCube. But, yeah, this was kind of an impulse buy, not gonna lie. But I'm glad I own these games because they are worth a pretty penny. Even though Metroid Prime 1 was re-released on the Switch, these games are still worth a lot because they're good GameCube games. They're GameCube classics, and there are not a lot of those out there, so that's why they're worth a lot. Lastly, my favorite GameCube game I own, The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. This might be my favorite Zelda game. I don't know. I flip-flop. I have 3 favorite Zelda games: Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild. I haven't beat Tears of the Kingdom yet, so I really don't know what to say about it. I flip-flop between which one's my favorite. I'm like, oh, Breath of the Wild is my favorite. No, Twilight Princess is my favorite. No, Majora's Mask is my favorite. The thing is, I can't decide. That being said, though, love this game. It is the ultimate Zelda adventure. The biggest Zelda adventure of all time. That is, well, it's not true today because Breath of the Wild exists, but up until that point, for like in terms of traditional Zelda games, this is the biggest Zelda adventure of all time, and it's still worth playing today. I pray to God Nintendo re-releases this game on the Switch. More people need to play it. I don't know why they're not re-releasing the Wii U version, because that version exists. It's really good, and Nintendo has ported Wii U games before into the Switch multiple times, but they still haven't ported the freaking Zelda games. So what are they even doing? What are they even doing? So I don't know. Great game. I might have to talk about it someday because of how much I love it. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, forgot to say, this is a game I borrowed from a friend. This is Wind Waker for the GameCube. I don't know why the disc looks like that. I don't know if the disc is supposed to look like that or if it just looks like that. The game works fine. I like how it's gold. That's pretty cool of Nintendo to do. The game holds up pretty well. Gameplay wise, it's almost exactly the same as the Wii U version. It looks great to this day. You know, cell shading. I have my qualms with the Wind Waker games. The Wind Waker game, not games. Well, there are other Wind Waker style games. I'll get to that later. Now, the DS technically came out before the Wii, so I'm gonna talk about that first. I only have a few original DS games, so bear with me. I have the sequel to Wind Waker, as I was just talking about earlier, Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass. Now, I am not a very big fan of this game, just like how I'm not a very huge fan of Wind Waker. Both games, Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass, what the heck? I see have a lot of positives to it that I enjoy and I appreciate. But at the same time, there's some stupid stuff. As for Phantom Hourglass, the touchscreen controls. I know I'm being like hyperbolic, like, oh, touchscreen controls suck. No, touchscreen controls can be good if implemented correctly, like Mario 64 wasn't forced. But this touchscreen controls is obnoxious. You're supposed to use the bottom screen to move Link, and you tap whenever you want to hit something. You gotta spin around when you want to spin around. Like, it hurts. It cramps my hand using it. I hate it. Who thought this was a good idea? Like, it's fun for maybe 15 minutes, and it gets really old. And Nintendo was like, let's have that be a whole game. Wouldn't that be fun? No, frick you guys. That was not fun for a whole game. This could have been a really great follow-up to Wind Waker had you not done that. So what the heck? Why did they do that? And as for Wind Waker, the reasons I don't like it, maybe I'll talk about that in a different video. It's too complicated for me to talk about it right now. We have Kirby Superstar Ultra. This is a hood classic. A hood classic of a Kirby game. If someone was like wanted to play one Kirby game before they died, I would almost like 9 times out of 10 say this one. I might say Kirby's Return to Dreamland for the Wii, because that is also a really great one, but this one is just so good. Chef's kiss. It is a remake of Kirby Superstar, but includes a ton of extra content, so much stuff. It is such a good game, and even though I'm not a huge Kirby fan, I can't deny that this game slaps. So that's Kirby Superstar Ultra. Last, but certainly not least, Mario 64 DS. And I actually have the package for this one. Ain't that cool? I've owned this one since I was a kid. I sold almost all of my DS games, unfortunately, to be able to afford a PS4. And I also sold my Wii and all its games to afford a PS4. Fortunately, I was able to buy this game back and buy some other games back. So, yes, I still have this. Tap into a new world. As I was saying earlier, yeah, the touchscreen controls can kind of suck, but for this game, I feel like it was pretty well implemented. Having, like, a bottom screen for the map was a genius idea. It works really great. Obviously, people complain about the whole, oh, you can only move in 8 directions when running. Frick you. Sorry I'm being so aggressive, but I didn't even freaking notice that when playing the game for the first time. You know why? Because this was the first time I played Mario 64. So grow up if you think that way. Grow up if you think 8 directions is not enough. Sorry, that was aggressive. Anyways, let's talk about the Wii games next, because the Wii came out in 2006, a couple years after the Nintendo DS. Here we have Super Mario Galaxy. This is one of the best Wii games of all time. Probably one of the best games of all time. I mean, it is rated as one of the best games of all time. Personally, it is one of my favorite games. No game makes me feel the way that Mario Galaxy does. It makes me sound like I'm talking about like I'm in a relationship with something, but it's a video game. But no, this game is incredible. And this is not just nostalgia talking. The level design, the music, like the sound effects, like everything comes together to make this game a masterpiece. Every gamer must play this game. I don't care if you're not even a Nintendo gamer, if you don't have a Wii, freaking go out and buy a Wii for $50 from your nearest game store and buy this game for $10. It will be worth it. Or if you're a PC gamer and you're too lazy, just freaking emulate it, because that'll probably be pretty good too. So just play this game, play it, please. Please, please. Best Mario game out there, and I will die on that hill. Literally. If someone started shooting at me and started saying Odyssey better, I would scream back at them saying Galaxy better. That's how much I love this game. So yes, Mario Galaxy, great game. Another hood classic, Mario Galaxy 2. They made a sequel to the greatest game ever. How could they even do that? They added freaking Yoshi and Luma for multiplayer, which actually wasn't even that great. But they added Yoshi, guys! And Blue Yoshi! Whoa! And freaking Carl, I don't remember his name. This game took everything the first game had that was awesome and made it even more awesome. The Cloud Mario, one of the best power-ups in all of Mario history. They got the Dash Yoshi, the Blimp Yoshi, the Rock Mario. They got the whole thing, the whole shebang. This game just took what the first game was doing and just like expanded it. I wish we had more games like this. This game came out in 2007, and 3 years later, this one came out. A 3-year wait for a sequel for a Nintendo game? When has that ever happened? Now Nintendo games take like 9 years to make. But no, we got 2 3D Marios in the same console. The only Nintendo console to have 2 3D Mario games. 2 3D Mario games. Ain't that crazy? That is insane to me. That is insane. Also, the Wii also had 2 Zelda games. But then again, the GameCube also had two Zelda games, and the Switch is 2 Zelda games. So that's not very special. But 2 3D Mario games in the same system, that is freaking insane by Nintendo standards. Freaking Smash Brothers Brawl. Now, a lot of people say this game is not very good, and it does have some merit to it. It's a little slow. There's a tripping mechanic. They took out some characters. not everyone likes Subspace Emissary, but who cares? Subspace Emissary is great. Almost everyone agrees with me. Like, best fighting game of the year? I don't know what came out in 2008 that was a fighting game, so I can't really attest to that. But this cover goes hard. It goes so hard that I wasn't even allowed to play this game as a kid. You know why? Because the game's rated T, and to this day, I still don't know why it's rated T. I'll talk more about this game when I talk about the Smash Bros. Series, hint, hint, wink, wink, later down the line, but this game is great. And I was like, what? But, yeah, I couldn't play this game as a kid, because it was rated T. And I was like, Mario and Pikachu, and Peach and Wario and Kirby, all these family-friendly characters are on a cover of a rated T game, and I can't play it? Also, they added Snake, which was huge for Smash Bros. Because it was the first third-party character to be in a Smash Bros. Game. So, yeah, great game. Can't talk about it too much now because I'll talk about it later. So, yeah, there's that. Another hood classic, Mario Kart Wii. I just was playing this with my friend the other day, and it still holds up. It's still a great game. Like, the item balance may be a little crazy at times, but that's kind of what makes it fun. You know, the ridiculousness of the game, and how often you can be just ticked at the game for being total bullcrap. But it still works out in the end. You can still like get first place even if you're in 12th. I was being really vague with that. There are so many control options to this game. Look at all the control options. You can even use a GameCube controller. So people complaining about motion controls or the Wii remote, they don't even have to worry about that for this game. But yeah, I'll be talking about this game in a later video, so I don't want to say too much right now. But yeah, great game. Definitely play it. I bought it for $20 at the local game store, and I thought, yeah, that'd be worth it. It's a good childhood classic, and it still holds up. So yeah, great game. Not so great game. Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. I contemplated doing a review on this game when Indiana Jones 5 came out, but I ended up not doing it. I still might do a review of it someday, because I feel like there's a lot to say with this game, and no one's reviewed this game on YouTube at all. It's not really well known, but it is very funny. I did a stream on the game a year back with my friend Preston. We played the multiplayer mode, which is very bad and very frustrating. I don't want to say too much because I might talk about the game someday. It's very annoying. Like, when people talk about annoying motion controls, this is like the pinnacle of that. It is ridiculous the amount of times you have to use the Wii remote. You have to use the Wii remote to climb. You have to shake the nunchuck and the Wii remote. You have to use the Wii remote to punch people. You have to use the Wii remote to whip, which is cool for the first 2 times. It gets old. You have to use the Wii remote to light a torch. You have to use the Wii remote to wipe off tarantulas. You have to use the Wii remote for freaking everything, and it gets really old, and your arms hurt by the end of the game. It's not fun, and when people say motion controls suck, this game kind of contributed to that. So, yeah, frick this game, but it's funny at the same time. So, yeah. Alright, speaking of more motion control stuff, WarioWare Smooth Moves. Now, this game's all about the smooth moves, the Wii remote, the motion. It is very finicky at times, but can be great fun when playing it with a party, with a group of people, with your friends, with your boys. I only got it for $20 on my local game store, and it is not that very expensive online. And even, this game is so good that Nintendo is making a successor to it on the Switch. It's just proving that this concept of the WarioWare game with motion controls is actually not a bad idea. And it's actually really, really fun. It's probably my favorite WarioWare game. I'm not a very big fan of the GameCube one. I don't even own that one, but what I've played of it, that one's fine. This one's better. So, play WarioWare Smooth Moves. It's my favorite WarioWare game. What can I say? Alright, more so. Motion control. Wii Play. This is a hood classic. While it's not as good as Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort, it is still a fantastic game. Tanks mode, hood, classic. That almost makes it worth the price of admission by itself. Pool, it's fine. The other games are just kind of tech demos type stuff. Like, they're okay, but Tanks is really what people are coming for. Tanks is the reason why I bought this game. Wii Tanks. Wii Play. Do you? Yeah, I do. So, yeah, that's Wii Play. Do you play Wii Play? Say that in the comments if you play Wii Play. You probably don't because the game's from like freaking 2009. I don't know when it came out. It's old. Probably older than most of my audience. But, yeah. Next up. I don't really know how to segue this. I have Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I I bought this game because I had just seen a review of how good the game was, how it was one of the last good modern Silent Hill games, and it just sounded really interesting, like really cool. It's not exclusive to the Wii, it's also on PS2. It's more expensive than the Wii considerably because it doesn't have motion controls. Thing is, I've heard the motion controls for this game are actually pretty good. You use the Wii remote for a flashlight to move around, which seems not too cumbersome. It feels like it could be immersive. I have not played it yet, but I've heard the Wii version is actually the best. It was made for the Wii. The PS2 and PSP versions were just like ported off the Wii. It's a good Silent Hill game from what I've heard. It was kind of expensive, but Silent Hill games go very fast. Obviously, Konami stopped making them, but it looks like they're going to make some more now. I just bought it because it's a good Silent Hill game, and it's the only one I could afford. I can't afford Silent Hill 2 or 3 because those games are freaking $180 at the game store. I can't afford those. Okay, here are 2 unrelated games. I got Donkey Kong Country Returns. This is a fantastic game. Only hampered by the motion controls. Now, the motion controls aren't too obnoxious, but anytime you want to roll in this game as Donkey Kong, you have to shake the Wii remote, which can get really old really fast. And sometimes you have to time the rolls so you can jump, which, of course, is not very easy because shaking your hand at the Wii remote is really hard to precisely do in very stressful situations. So, kind of a bad design on their part, but honestly, it doesn't feel like they chose to do that. I mean, every Wii game had to have a motion control gimmick, it felt like. So, I guess it works, I guess. And when you punch the boss at the end of the game, at the end of every boss fight, you have to punch them in the face a lot of times. And on the 3DS version, you just have to button mash, but this one you actually get to punch them with the nunchuck and the Wii remote. So, I think that's pretty cool. So, yeah, great game, great level design, great music, great controls. It's just a freaking great game. So, yeah. Super Mario Sluggers. I didn't buy this game. My friend just gave it to me because he doesn't play the Wii anymore. I don't really like baseball that much. It's a Mario game. Up until Smash Bros. Ultimate, it was the last Mario game to have King K. Rool in it, so it has that going for it. It's a freaking Mario game. I know everyone wants a new Mario baseball game on the Switch, but do they really want a new Mario baseball game on the Switch? It's just gonna be this game again, but worse. Like, do they really want that? No, I don't want that. Mario Sluggers, kind of mid. Okay, I'm gonna end off my Wii collection with 2 Zelda games. Bam, Twilight Princess. Now I know what you're thinking, Lincoln. You already bought Twilight Princess for the GameCube. Why do you own it on the Wii? Well, that's because if you buy the console at the specific game store I go to, you can buy one, get one free. So, I got Galaxy 2 and Zelda Twilight Princess. I already owned the GameCube version, but I really wanted to play the Wii version. You know why? Because the motion controls for the bow and arrow seem really cool. You can use the pointer to aim with the bow and arrow in the game, and you can aim the hook shot in the game too. Unfortunately, you do have to waggle the Wii remote to use your sword, but it's not too crazy. You just got to like waggle it like that. Like, it's nothing too insane to hurt your wrist. And also, the whole game is mirrored. So basically, it's a new experience. They mirrored the entire world. You know why? They mirrored the entire world because Link is left-handed, and most people use Wii remote with the right hand because people are mostly right-handed. So they mirrored the entire world instead of just switching Link's model around, which I think is really funny. So unintentionally, this is like a whole new game almost. It's almost like a new game plus. You're playing the entire game flipped, so all the temples, all the dungeons, the whole world is going to be completely different. So it's almost like a new experience. Plus, I love this game, guys. I've already told you how much I love this game. So of course I was going to buy both versions. And if I had a Wii U, heck, I'd even freaking buy the HD version. That's how much I love collecting video games, especially Zelda games. So that's Zelda Twilight Princess. Last but not least, for the Wii collection, we got The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. This game is really freaking cool. Well, in terms of like the case design. I've already played most of the game by renting it through my library, playing it on the Switch. I have yet to beat it on the Wii or the Switch. I played like 75% of it on the Wii and then got the Switch version and stopped playing the Wii version. But I intend to beat the Wii version and then beat the Switch version. This is really cool because not only does it come with the game, it comes with the Zelda 25th Anniversary CD. Now, I know people don't listen to CDs anymore, but this is a really cool collector's item. Nintendo rarely ever releases their music, like, officially. And they released, like, an orchestrated version of some of their greatest hits from Zelda on a CD for the 25th anniversary, which I think is really freaking cool that they did that. I wish they would do that even more. So not only did I get the game, but I also got the anniversary CD, which includes like 10 songs. And the cover art. It's really freaking neat. Really freaking cool. I really wish the Skyward Sword HD was as cool as the cover design for this, you know, being all gold, but what can you do? Skyward Sword, I've already talked about this game in the past, so I just watch this video if you want to know my thoughts on it. So yeah, that's the end of my Wii collection. Okay, here we are to the final part, my DS collection. I don't have a ton of DS games. I do have a decent amount of digital DS games, so I guess I can show that off first. I don't have a capture card, so we're gonna do it like this. I have Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. Definitely better than the Wii version. I just wanted to have it on the Wii because you could play it on the big screen and it's more fun to play it with friends, multiplayer. Of course, you can play this game 2-player too, but you need someone else to have a cartridge of this game. And with the Nintendo eShop shutting down, it's kind of hard to buy 3DS games now because all of them are more expensive online. I have Kirby's Epic Yarn 3D because I really enjoyed the Wii version. I never owned it on the Wii, but this was one of the last, I think it was the last official Nintendo game released on the 3DS, and I knew it would be expensive if when the eShop shut down and it was only being sold physically, because I don't think a lot of people bought this game. It was 2019, people were just playing the Switch, so people just kind of moved on and didn't buy this game. So I'm really, really glad I got it digitally, because I love this game. It's so adorable. It's so cute. It's so fun. I love Kirby. I love Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's a childhood game I really like. I got Mario Kart 7. This came with the 2DS itself. It was digitally downloaded automatically as a bonus. That was pretty cool. I don't know why it says there's an update. Like, this game's from 2011, so I don't know what the update's about. Metroid, Samus Returns. This game is really cool. This was released in 2017. It's a remake of Metroid Samus Returns for the Game Boy. It definitely needed a remake to be more modern. But this is a pretty good game. It's like the precursor to Metroid Dread. I played quite a bit of it. I haven't beaten it, but it's pretty good. I have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate Capcom. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, duh. Have not opened it yet. It's a very large game in file size, so it would take me forever to download it. But there's the logo, so that's cool. I don't know why there's a girl back there. That's kind of weird. I have Resident Evil: The Mercenaries 3D. I have a few Capcom games like these three. I got for $6 because Capcom, maybe it was $3. Capcom put their games on sale the last day the eShop was open, which I think is pretty cute. I think it's cute that they did that because they're like, that's the game. The eShop's open for one more day. Might as well just cut the prices now because they won't be able to do ever again. So I think that was cool they did it. I have Street Fighter 4 Championship Edition. This is Street Fighter 4, basically Street Fighter 4 like the console editions, but on a handheld, which I think is really freaking sweet, Lois. We also have Ace Attorney Trilogy. I don't even know why I bought it because it was like $1 to get all three of them. And I have a friend who plays it, and who played it at least, and liked it. And I was like, screw it. It's $1 for all three of them, and they might be good. And I'll never have a chance to buy them again if I don't buy them now. So that is impulse buying at its finest. Also, I downloaded this because I don't know why. It's a way to play Mario Party Star Rush multiplayer. And I just downloaded a bunch of freaking random crap because it was the last day the eShop was open. So, yeah, that's my digital collection. I'm pretty proud of it. Okay, here's the physical collection. I have no particular order. We're doing this. My friend gave me some of his 3DS games, so not all of these are mine. So I just got some from him. Starting off, Animal Crossing, New Leaf. This is easily the best Animal Crossing game. Had the most content, the most things to do in it, the most stuff. Really wish the Switch version was as great as this game. Unfortunately, it's not. But great game. Great game. Get the chance to play it, get it. Kirby, Planet Robobot. Didn't play too much of this game, but pretty fun. I like the gimmick of getting a giant mechs. So those are fun. Those are cool. Also, the abilities are cool as always. Star Fox 64 3D. This is the definitive way to play Star Fox 64. This is a very fun game, very arcadey, but very fun to master, and there's a lot of replay value to the game. So I'd recommend this to anyone. It's way better than the original version. The graphics and controls are just way better in this one. It really just updates the classics. Mario 3D Land, this is also a great game. Way better than the other 2D Mario games, personally, I'd say. This is a really good game. They basically made bite-sized levels that you could play on the go. So like if you're on your lunch break or something, you want to play a Mario level, you can. You just play a level, have some fun, put it away, play it later. It's a great game. I like the bite-sized levels. Here we go. This is Super Smash Bros. 4 for Nintendo 3DS. This is a hood classic. Once again, I'm going to talk about the Smash Bros. Games. And I definitely have a lot to say about this game. So I'm not going to say about it now. My quick thoughts, I really like it. It's a good game. Okay, Link Between Worlds. This is a great game. It's a sequel to A Link to the Past, but also kind of a remake. It has a really cool fuse mechanic where you can fuse through walls and move like behind walls. I'm explaining it very vaguely, but just go play it yourself. Play it yourself if you're a Zelda fan. And if you're a Zelda fan, you probably already have played this game, so why am I even talking about it? Next up, we have the two Zelda games, Ocarina of Time 3D, which I already talked about in a review, and Majora's Mask 3D, which I already talked about in a review. So yeah, I've talked about a few of these games already before. Oh, and Mario Kart 7, on here, I talked about like freaking 6 years ago, which is kind of a dated review, but you can watch it if you want to. So yeah, find the reviews to some of these games in my game reviews collection if you want some more in-depth thoughts. But yeah, that was the first part of my Nintendo collection. Isn't that crazy? There are still more Nintendo games I own. Can't wait to show them to you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon. Take care.